An update from Jefferson Parish. There's a lot of water in the roads there. Cynthia Sheng, Parish President, giving an update right now, so let's listen in.
Where you don't know where the canal starts and stops, and you don't know where the road starts and stops, and it just looks all on the surface like water, okay? So that's why we're here right now.
And I know that, this is obviously the main canal, but are other canals concerns as well?
I have been looking, and I have our teams. I've asked JPSO to monitor other canals. We have our own public works team monitoring our canals. It seems like West Esplanade was the worst situation. So that's why we're focused on this. But we do have our public works teams checking other canals. A couple of hours ago when I saw this one getting high, we called into our public works. They have people out looking and monitoring, but I've asked JPSO, and I'm happy to see a lot of JPSO cars driving up and down West Esplanade because we're ready to go in case it gets higher. But I'm hoping that with the worst of the heavy rain behind us, we're going to be able to catch up, and you're going to see this canal level go down. That's my hope.
On the street level, any areas of concern in particular?
Well, there are different areas of street flooding, and there's some where cars are stalled. So especially, if you have a low car, just don't try it. Once you try it and it doesn't work, you're stuck. So, pull off to the side. Many cars over here, they just pulled off to the side, and just give us time. It'll go down if we can get, some dry time and there's no rain. The water goes down quickly. But just hold tight and just pull over, and don't try to make it, because there are reports of stalled cars throughout different areas of the parish, especially on the East Bank.
We had Joe Valiente on our airways not too long ago talking a little bit about drainage and where we're at right now on both banks. Can you kind of tell us a little bit about that as well?
Yeah, we went into this event almost at 99.5% of our system. We always have one or two pumps, off from maintenance, and I think we had 192 of 194 pumps in operation. So certainly, it's just like every storm. It's a matter of how long it hovers over you. Can you keep up the pumping capacity? I don't know the last reports, but I think I heard, a little. Maybe we got eight inches. I'm not sure. That's what my team seemed to tell me. So that's more than we expected, but it's just if it can move fast, that's better for us. If it hovers over us, then it's like a time game that we play, our pumping capacity versus how much rain that's still coming down onto the streets.
And any reports of any water rescues or anything like that?
There was a report of one vehicle that people were stuck in a car. They were out by the time first responders got there. There were some other people stuck in cars in high water. Nothing that I'm told deadly or anything, just people in high water, but nothing extremely dangerous.
Was that
but
over
people,
here in Metairie?
That was a report in Metairie, yes. But by the time, the way I got it is by the time first responders got there, the person was already out of the car.
President Sheng, we're live right now. If you could just briefly summarize what you said at the top about this particular canal.
Right. This particular canal has been on the top of my mind all day, West Esplanade Canal, because the canal levels were extremely high earlier today, and it kept raining. So the real danger, it's an inconvenience for us to be on flooded streets. It's an inconvenience. It takes a longer time to get whole. But the real danger is this canal, because the vehicles travel right next to the canal. And if the canal overtops and the streets are flooded, on the surface it looks just like straight water. You lose your visual of where the road ends and the canal begins. And if the streets are flooded, it does not, I've been in it myself, it doesn't take a lot of water to have you lose control of your car and for your car to kind of float. So a potential floating car next to an open body of water is a deadly situation. And so that's why I've initially, have been looking at this canal, spending most of my day around here. We have our public works teams looking at the height of all canals, but this canal especially, I was on the phone with Sheriff Lapinto earlier, asked him to send resources out, and I've seen JPSO driving up and down West Esplanade. So we're ready to, put barricades up and put police up and close if we have to, because that's the deadly situation. That's much more than an inconvenient situation. That's a deadly situation. And so that's why I've been kind of hanging around this area today.
Have been any concerns with school letting out? That still might be flooded over?
Some schools, we're told that later on today it'll be fine. So it's just we're trying to beat time. We know that parents having to pick up kids from school, I'm sure the schools are going to work with them. Nobody's going to close doors and leave kids, overnight by themselves. So I think, the children are safe. Again, if you have a low car to the ground and you need to wait it out a little bit, I'm sure it'll be fine. I think schools will be making some announcements about that, but we're just trying to trying to get a period of time where there's no rain and we can catch up. But you know, a lot of vehicles on the cars being stalled is not what we want, right? So fortunately, I think it's not raining as much now. The worst is going to be behind us on the east bank, and we'll be okay for the rest of the day, hopefully, if the way the forecasts come in, you know, prove true. But yes, just it's critical that if you don't think you can make it, it's better to pull off to the side and wait, or go in another direction. Just find another way to do what you have to do this afternoon. If in doubt, don't. Okay, that's if you have a low car. If in doubt, don't. So.